navigating the vacant land purchase.
Stay tuned.
Hi there, thanks for watching this week's video. It's Shirley with Shirley's Real Estate Group, Giles Scott, and my daughter Alexis.
And this is the BS Real Estate Show, buying and selling real estate. The answer to last week's riddle is a shadow. Congratulations, Danielle, you're this week's winner. My mom will be giving the first person to correctly answer this week's riddle a $25 Amazon gift card.
Stay tuned to the end of this video for this week's riddle. If you were emailed this video, click on the link in the body of the email that says watch on YouTube and put your answer in the comments section. You need to be quick to beat Miss Riddle. So I've been asked about vacant land a ton in the last few weeks, probably because of the supply of inventory right now. Vacant land works a little different than purchasing an already built home. Vacant land is really involved and varies depending on the property. So I'll just touch on the basics. The first step is funding. How are you purchasing the land? Cash? There are not a lot of loan options when it comes to land. In fact, it's extremely limited. There are only a few lenders that'll even loan on land. The typical down payment is around 25%, and depending on the lender, they have different requirements from there, like requiring that you build on it in the first year, or water already be on the property, or the septic design already be approved, etc. Most construction loans came to a halt with the COVID. Next, you have to make sure that you can do with the property what you want to do with it, like build a home, put a manufactured home on it, or whatever your intended purpose is. You would need to do this in your feasibility period. Depending on the property, if the seller doesn't have any studies done, which is a good percentage of the properties on the market, then you need to do the studies at your expense, which start to add up. If you find out through the process that the property is not suitable for you, you'll be out that initial cost. Your broker, the listing broker, nor the seller can or should do your feasibility for you. For starters, they're not licensed to do your feasibility. There are companies that you can hire that specialize in this. I can help guide you, but any information obtained by any of these people need to be re-verified in the feasibility timeframe by the purchaser. So it's important to check with the county or the city, depending on the jurisdiction of the property, to see what you can learn there first and see if it's something worth digging into deeper, because typically it starts costing money after that point. Every property is going to have different requirements or studies needed. You typically start with a survey. Depending on the property, you may need a topographical survey. If sewer is available, the hookup is going to be around $10,000 or more, depending on the location and connection fees. If not, you'll need to do a perk test for the septic. Depending on the property, you might need a winter perk. And if it fails, you may be looking at a holding tank, which can get pretty spendy. Most wells are $10,000 to $20,000 depending on how deep you have to dig, and you would need to do an environmental study to figure that part out. If city water is available, then the cost would depend on how far away it is and connection fees. If there are wetlands, you would need to do a wetland delineation, and depending on the wetlands, there may be further requirements or studies from there. If the property doesn't have power, depending on how far away it is, will determine that cost. And some properties may require improvements to build on, like road improvements. If you intend on purchasing the property for recreational purposes, then you would need to purchase the property all cash or have a private note. Building a home can be extremely rewarding, but it does come with some out-of-pocket expenses and a lot of due diligence. The properties that already have these studies done do come at a premium, and now you can probably understand why.
Here is this week's riddle. What letter comes next? J, F, M, A-M-J-J-A-S.
Well, that's what I have for you this week. If there's a topic you'd like to hear about or an idea for a future video, please let me know. If you like the content we're putting out, don't forget to smash the subscribe button so you get our future videos. Well, that's a wrap. See you next Tuesday.